All right, so it's been 2 weeks from local tourneys, and I have had excellent results with the current deck profile. I went first place and first place again this week with this deck profile. So here we go. Let us just begin with the profile itself. To talk a little bit about the deck itself, I just love the Blue Eyes. I've been playing for over 10 years, and I'm just glad that it's back on the main frame. Alright, to set us off, 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons. You don't need more, you don't need less. And also, the 1 Jet Dragon. A lot of people are not playing the Jet Dragon. I think that is a very dumb decision. You should always be playing Jet Dragon because it helps a lot in the grind game. And it's this massive annoying thing your opponent has to deal with first before actually they can start dealing with the rest of your board, before they can actually start playing the game. And of course, you know the engine, 3 Sage, 3 Maiden, and 3 Wishes, 1 Roar, 1 Mausoleum, 1 Majesty, which is absolutely insane. This trap card is absolutely insane, and of course the 1 True Light, so that the Marion can do her own thing. But yeah, this is basically the main Blue Eyes core of the situation. I am playing the Blue Eyes PRIMITE variant of the deck. I think it's the absolute superior version, so you gotta play it. Luckily for me, I got the PRIMITE cards when they were cheap, so pray for me for that. Moving on with the next part of the deck, the PRIMITE package. 3 Ether Barrel, 3 Low Reload, and your Drill Beam. Absolutely craziest card ever printed in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, you just basically a lot of the games that I played boiled down to PRIMITE control, which is basically just recycling Drill Beam and Ether Barrel from the graveyard every single turn. And Lordy Lord is a great starter. You actually want to see this card more often than you want to see Sage or Maiden, because it helps a lot to bait out hand traps. It's amazing. Yeah, there were a lot of games. I will talk about the games later on, but they were absolutely a lot of games that were just basically boiled down to PRIMITE control situation. You also played the 1 Pizza Hut, Magnum Hut, and Pot of Prosperity. You gotta. Why? Because Pot of Prosperity is just insane. It just, you know, get rid of whatever you don't need from the extra deck and get a hand trap, or in the case of the side deck, get some special tools. You'll see about it in a second. But yeah, absolutely love those. And then for the hand traps, you actually go full out. 3 Ash, 2 Baylor, not 3, 2 Baylor, because it's searchable, and in the combo you can search up to 2. A lot of people play 3. I know Baylor is a sub-starter for the deck, but since it's searchable, I just rather play it through 2. 3 Niv. I am not playing double Charmies on this deck because A, I don't think they match very well with the playstyle, and 2, I do not have the money to pay for more Charmies, so there's that as well. 3 Perm, and the sauce, you have 2 Purge and 2 Draw on main. Yeah, Draw is not only incredible in the mirror match because it absolutely stops your opponent from playing. Blue Eyes just dies to Draw and Lockbird. So yeah, just also a soft starter because it's spellcaster level 1, so you can actually turn Draw and Lockbird into Spirit with Eyes of Blue, because it requires 1 level 4 lower dragon or spellcaster monster, which is, you know, you got 4. Instead of playing the 3 Baylors, you just play these 4, and there you go. That's your soft start. But yeah, there's that. There we go. And that is basically it for the main deck. It's 40 cards stat, and I love it. I haven't changed the main deck for 3 weeks already. I don't think I will. Alright, now for the extra deck, we're actually playing a very defensive variant. In Blue Eyes, in the new version, you win on the grind game. So you really want to get to those turn 3, turn 4 scenarios. So basically you're just stalling out and making your opponent tired, and when the list is expected, you just basically barf out a bunch of Blue Eyes, White Dragons and Jet, and there's what you win from there. So to facilitate that, you play, of course, the 1 Neo and the Tyrant Dragon. I used to play it 2, but I played it 1 because there's absolutely another insane card that actually needs the spot. For the Synchros, we're playing the defensive package, only 2 spirits, only 2 Spirit Dragons, and the tags, which are Moonlight, Azure, which actually comes out a lot, Lightstorm, because it's Harpy's Feather Duster, but better, because it has a body, and of course Spirit Ult, which is absolutely insane on field of Negate. So normally, what you want to do is, if you got the opportunity, which you won't most often, but if you do, you would have your 2 spirits on the fence, and then you pass turn to your opponent, and on the draw phase you would trigger one of them to go into the graveyard and try, and you don't actually have to tell what you're going to tag into. So if your opponent chains Call By, that's great, you can just tag the second, and the second becomes Spirit Ult, which will actually make Call By fizzle out, because your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard anymore. And the first one, well, you gotta go into attack, but if you go for either Lightstorm or Moonlight in draw phase, you're basically screwed. So you would go into Azure immediately, which will automatically trigger its defensive abilities and will make your dragons untargetable for your opponent's turn and for the rest of your turn, and will also make the second part of the effect of Spirit fizzle out at the end of the end phase, because dragons cannot be destroyed. So you just tick right here, and you will have your Negate, and you have your defense, and if you have Jet, well, basically you are absolutely unkillable during your opponent's turn. And this comes out a lot, like a lot. And now we, of course, you play the 1 Typhon, because we're in Yu-Gi-Oh! 2025, you gotta play Typhon. It's just great to have there. And for the links, SP Little Knight, Lena, which actually is coming out way more often nowadays. It also, you know, sometimes one of the best case scenarios is you make Lena, grab anything from your opponent's graveyard, go to battle phase, just crash this thing, and it allows you to draw Maiden from your deck to your hand. And in the main phase too, if they have destroyed True Light, you can just combo up from there for defensive. And then you play the 2 spirits, that's a blue. And the crazy sauce, you play 2 seals, which actually comes out so much, and it's absolutely amazing, because a lot of times your opponents are like, oh, okay, you have the seals, they'll deal with that, and you'll go into your next turn, do your thing, and at the end of the turn, you'll just go into a second seal, and that's basically it, because they don't really know how to interact with the second one. Also great because seals allows you to get Ether Barrel to your hand. It allows you to, it allows you to get Ether Barrel into the field, Magnum Hut, and of course Jet Dragon, which is absolutely insane to do that. And yeah, that's the extra deck. And for the side deck, I am running, of course you have your Malice package, because you gotta, 3 Lancea and 3 Chaos Hunter. What do you want me to say, man? It's Malice. Just gotta kill him. And for Ryzel, 3 Ultimate Slayer, and actually Meteorologic Aggregator, which I normally tag out for the Azure on the deck. And the rest of the side deck is just basically good stuff. Druid's Worm, Capsula in the Mirror, Call By the Grave, Capsula in the Mirror, and you know, unexpected stuff. Harpy's Feather Duster, and of course the sauce, Skill Drain. Remember Pot of Prosperity that I was mentioning on the main deck? Well, that's what you needed. Pot of Prosperity, you do your combo, you do everything, you thin out your deck as much as you can. At the end of the turn, you do Prosperity for 6, search Skill Drain, if able. If it pulls out, you win the game. That's it. It's the broken one of. And I had one slot left, so I just added PRIMITE Scream. Why not Solemn Strike? Why not Solemn Judgment? The reason is those cost life points, and you don't want to use those kind of cards in game 3. So I would just rather do this than lose because of the stupid time rules and how life point works at the end of match procedures. So yeah, there you go. That's the full deck profile. Now to talk a little bit about the games that got us here to this video. So I got some notes here. I'm pulling them out. So 2 weeks ago, I went to my locals. We went 4 rounds. My first game 2 weeks ago was Blue Eyes vs Sharks. I went 2-0 win. It was basically seals on the first game, winning the game, and in the second game I just hard drew skill drain. So that's that. Blue Eyes versus Rizal in the second round, it was a 2-0 win. It basically boiled down both games that I opened in my hand Drill Beam, and Drill Beam is the most absolutely insane card of the game, so I just kept reseeding Drill Beam over and over. So that's how I won that one. Round 3 was a Blue Eyes Mirror, which basically boiled down to PRIMITE control again. Just you're gonna out-resource your opponent on the mirror. And in round 4, it just went another Blue Eyes Mirror. In that one, I went full combo in the first game, and in the second game, I just went Tyrant Dragon and destroyed everything. Yesterday, I went again undefeated, first place. And the first round was actually another mirror, Blue Eyes PRIMITE versus Blue Eyes Invoked. And again, man, it's just that the defensive style, you know, you tag out into Azuri Eyes, you tag out into Spirit Ult. It helps a lot. Also, there's a possibility to hard summon Moonlight using Magnemhut and any level 1 tuner. But that happened on that match. Round 2, Blue Eyes PRIMITE versus basically a counter trap deck turbo. Is just if my opponent is playing a bunch of traps, I would just try to, you know, go as fast as I can to get Tyrant Dragon out into the field and just let him deal with everything. We only played 3 rounds yesterday because it was a little bit less people. And round 3 was Blue Eyes PRIMITE versus Mitsurugi Rizal, and that one I won 2-1. The first game I actually won the second and the third game because in the first game I got Peruliev and Meowths. So yeah, no Yu-Gi-Oh for me on that one. But in the second one, the 2 seals came in clutch again, doing their thing, and in the third one I opened Skill Drain. So there's that. But yeah, that is my Blue Eyes PRIMITE deck profile. Basically undefeated locals for 2 weeks straight, and I absolutely love this deck. If you want to know more about the deck, reach out to me in the comments. I would absolutely love to help every single Blue Eyes player out there. I've loved this deck. I've played this deck for over 10 years. So yeah, cheers everybody. Blue Eyes is back on the menu. I hope you all have a great day. Take care.